There's always lines at these things. Excuse me, have you been waiting long?
Yeah, a while.
What are you most excited to see when you get in there?
The toilet?
Okay, I'm here on the Not E3 show floor, and there are tons of games to check out. But before I do, I want to talk about the announcements from Nintendo, EA, and Ubisoft, which is to say they haven't really announced much. For starters, Nintendo didn't do their big E3 Nintendo Direct video like it usually does. Instead, they plan to drip feed us announcements through the air. And so far, they've revealed a remake of Pokemon Snap for Switch, and the upcoming Pokemon Unite, which is kind of like a Pokemon meets Dota multiplayer team battle game. So I'm intrigued. But that's about it so far. I would have thought Nintendo would have brought out the big guns, like a new Mario or Zelda game, to help them compete against the new consoles. But the Switch is selling well, so maybe they're happy to just truck along for now. And there is still time left in the year for big announcements, so fingers crossed we get them. Then there was EA's event, which focused mostly on more mature titles. However, Lost in Random looked like an interesting, dark kind of fairy tale adventure. And they've confirmed they're finally working on Skate 4. But that was it more or less. And it was the same deal for Ubisoft. Outside of their more mature titles, there wasn't much for younger gamers. They announced Brawlhalla is coming to mobiles, and there was some DLC announced for various games, but no new Just Dance game or anything more family-friendly. Give me my Just Dance games! But they did announce that they will have more announcements in September, so hopefully we'll have things to announce about those announcements then. Obviously, 2020 is throwing all kinds of new challenges at everyone. But even so, I'd say this is a pretty lackluster showing from those publishers, considering we're in a launch year for 2 new consoles. On the plus side though, that gives me more time to get hands-on with some of these games, baby. Okay, so one trend that I've noticed this year that I am totally on board with is all of these adorable animal games. For example, this is Kiwi, a game about kiwi birds that run a post office. The demo was co-op only, where you and a friend have to either type out telegrams or put together letters and send them out on a cassowary courier. But there will apparently be some single-player modes in the final game. This is the perfect kind of silly fun a good couch co-op is all about, though. And I, for one, would gladly pay express shipping to get the game into my hands ASAP. Then, of course, there's Skatebird. It's a skateboarding game with these frankly sickeningly cute little birds. Oh, I love the idea. But having played the demo, the actual skating felt a little off. The birds just feel a bit too twitchy, and I struggled to get into a solid skating groove with it. But of course, it's still early days, and I'm sure with a little bit of time, these little birds will be kick-flipping all over the place like tiny Tony Hawks. Then there's Fogs, which is like that TV show Cat Dog, except if it was Dog Dog. You control a 2-headed stretchy dog through a variety of colourful puzzles and platforming sections. One of the best mechanics here is that one head can, say, grab onto a tap, and the other head will start spraying out water. The only thing that I thought looked a little off was the dog model with the stretchy bodies sometimes not lining up perfectly with their heads. But this is definitely one I'm keen to stretch out my time with. Now, I know Jem wouldn't forgive me if I didn't check out some space games, so I had a look at Everspace 2, a very pretty space shooter. I never played the first one, but apparently the big new feature is that you get to fly around on planets now, although this demo didn't allow that. But it's pretty and the combat is satisfying. Though it still has a bit of that loop-the-loop combat that you see in a lot of these games, where you just spin around for ages trying to keep track of your enemies. I'll definitely keep an eye on it though. And speaking of pretty space games, I couldn't resist checking out XO1. Now, the story is about an alien probe or something, but all you need to know is that you play as some kind of sand dune surfing space marble / frisbee. You basically just have to increase your gravity to speed down mountainsides, then launch off the land and turn into a frisbee to glide as far as possible. It looks stunning and makes great use of those simple mechanics that are super satisfying and strangely calming. Whether or not this will hold my interest for the full game, we'll have to wait and see, but I loved this demo.
Attention, the Not E3 show is now closing.
Well, it looks like Not E3 is wrapping up for the year. Oh, you're closing? Yeah, I just gotta finish filming this real quick and then I'll leave. All right. Well, until next time, Spawnlings, Not E3 out.